Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. It's titled, God Will Never Leave You. And I apologize in advance for Remy. It seems like every time I want to record, that's when he wants to get loud. The Bible reading is from Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 6. For the Lord your God, He is the one who goes with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you. Oh, we've heard about Jan Eccles before, and we're going to talk about her again. When Jan Eccles lost her eyesight in her early 30s, she struggled to find her center emotionally and spiritually. She increasingly focused on the disease that had rendered her blind and her attempts to cope with her new world. She struggled with her own needs and wound up neglecting her family, especially her young husband. "I need to talk to you," announced her husband one evening, in a cold and distant way that startled and frightened Jan. Immediately, she knew that something was wrong, but she felt sure that whatever it was, they could work it out. They left in the car so that their 3 boys couldn't hear the conversation, but even before they had left the neighborhood, her husband pronounced the words that forcefully punctured Jan's heart. His disappointment in their marriage and her lack of attention had caused him to look elsewhere for reassurance and comfort. They were the words that no wife wants to hear. Jan's mouth went dry and her stomach cramped. Shock turned to anger, then to rage, and finally to despair as she saw her marriage, her life, her whole world crumbling around her. She had dozens of questions, but the first 2 showed how much she really did care about her family. What are we going to do? And what about the children? Her husband tried to answer, but Jan only felt herself sinking further into hopelessness. Hope and a solution, however, were not far away. Jan prayed, remembering one of God's greatest promises to His children. She writes, "God's message brought sense and clarity to my confusion. I will never forsake you. I will never abandon you." This trustworthy promise became the answer, the solution, the way out of my dark prison. My husband's rejection screamed abandonment, rejection, worthlessness. But his word reassured me. With or without a husband, I'd never be alone. God would be by my side. Equipped with confidence found in God, I informed my husband I'd be willing to let him go. But if he decided to stay, I would agree, but only with specific conditions. Our marriage would not just be the 2 of us. God would have to be the center. He agreed. 30 years later, with God as our guide and provider, we're more in love now than ever before. Thank you for joining me for today's video. I hope you've all had a very wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!